Very good morning, students. Today we are going to start part number 4 of the chapter air. In the previous videos, we discussed about air, atmosphere, temperature, climate, weather, etc. And now we'll discuss about wind. What is wind? Very simple thing. High pressure area, low pressure area. The movement of air from high pressure area to low pressure area is known as wind. This is wind. So the movement of air from high pressure areas to low pressure areas is called wind, because air always moves from high to low pressure areas. It can be very fast, it can be slow, right? It can be very stronger as you face difficulties to walk even. Clear? You can think some other examples when strong winds have created difficulties or problems for you. Winds can be broadly divided into three types. What are the three types? First is permanent winds, second is seasonal winds, third is local winds. Permanent winds, the trade winds, westerlies and easterlies. What do you understand by westerly and easterly? This is depending on the direction of wind. From which direction wind is coming, blowing, that is if west east, this is east west. If wind is coming from this side, so it is westerly. If it is coming from this side, it is easterly. So from the particular side wind is blowing, that is known on the name of that direction. So these blow constantly throughout the year in a particular direction. Always westerly winds always means will be blowing from western side, easterly from eastern side. And trade winds, these are means very important on the sea surface. So these are permanent winds. Seasonal, according to the seasons, they take their directions. Like monsoon. Monsoon comes through this direction. You can understand with the help of this map. This is the map of South India, right? In this way. So monsoon comes from this side, southwest, southwest, right? So these are monsoon winds in particular season. They blow from southwest to northeast. Clear? Northeast, this direction. And when they retreat, then they change their directions. In this flow, they change their directions when they return from India. So in this way, these are seasonal winds. According to the season, these are seasonal winds. Local winds, these are known on different local names. For example, land and sea breeze, and for example in summer season, Lu. This is the local wind. You can see here in this diagram, these are major pressure belts and wind system. These are also known as wind belt. This area is high pressure area, polar area, because here sun rays reach very means in the low proportion. So high pressure area, it generates high pressure area, low temperature, high pressure. Polar, easterly, these are coming from this side, because this is eastern side. You can see this is eastern side and this is west. So the wind is coming from this side, easterly, and from this side, westerly. These winds, westerly winds. This belt is subpolar low pressure area. Prevailing westerlies, subtropical high pressure area. These are known as Horst latitudes, because these are very stronger high pressure areas belt. This one is tropical area. Here the northeast trade winds and southeast trade winds are very important in this area. And this is doldrum, very low pressure area, because this is equator. On this latitude, 0 degree latitude, sun rays fall directly and they create hot region in this particular area. So this is the region that it is low pressure area, doldrums. It is known as doldrums. After that, next topic is moisture. What is moisture? Moisture is very simple topic. Just you have to understand about moisture. What is moisture? This is about when water evaporates from land and different water bodies. You know that water evaporates from different kinds of water bodies. It becomes water vapor. So in this way it takes form of water vapor in the air. So moisture in the air at any time is known as humidity. So existence of water vapor in air creates humidity. It means existence of moisture creates humidity. When the air is full of water vapor, we call it a humid day. As the air gets warmer, its capacity to hold the water vapor increases, and so it becomes more and more humid. On a humid day, clothes take longer to dry because and sweat from our body does not evaporate easily, making us feel very uncomfortable because of humidity, moisture in the air. When the water vapor rises, it starts cooling. The water vapor condenses, causing formation of droplets of water. Clouds are just masses of such water droplets, and when these droplets of water becomes too heavy to float in air, then they come down as precipitation and you feel rainfall. This take the form of rainfall. For example, jet planes flying in the sky leave a white trail behind them. So many times you have seen this way. The moisture from their engines condenses. We see trails of this condensed moisture for some time when there is no air movement to disturb it. Precipitation that comes down to the earth in liquid form is called rain. It is called rain. Most of the groundwater comes from rainwater, and plants help preserve water. When trees on hillsides are cut, rainwater flows down the bare mountains and can cause flooding of low-lying areas. So many times you feel flooding in the low-lying areas, and you have listened about the areas, particular areas like in Bihar. So many times flood experience is there. On the basis of mechanism, there are three types of rainfall: the convectional rainfall, orographic rainfall, and cyclonic rainfall. Convectional rainfall you can see in this figure here. This is the convectional rainfall. When very cold and heavy clouds means cross the areas of warm air, then these droplets, these kinds of ice formations comes on the earth in the form of droplets. That is known as convectional rainfall. And another one is orographic rainfall. When these clouds full of water vapors, they struck the mountains, right? And after striking the mountains, they comes on the earth, these in form of precipitation. It is known as orographic rainfall. In Himalayan region and northeastern region, this kind of rainfall is very common. Next one is cyclonic rainfall. It causes due to high pressure and low pressure area, and due to very high pressure area, then they crosses in the low pressure area, then it comes on the ground in form of droplets. It is called cyclonic rainfall. So after that, rainfall is very important for the survival of plants and animals. It brings fresh water to the earth's surface. If rainfall is less, water scarcity and drought occur. On the other hand, if it is more, floods take place. So both of the things are there. If rainfall is very heavy, it will cause flood and other destruction, cropping fail, and other kinds of other impacts can be experienced by the people. If it is very less, then the people will face drought, and in that case also their crops will be failed, and water scarcity will be faced by the people. So rainfall is playing very important role in human life. So dear students, in this video, this was the topic regarding we have discussed, and one topic is left. This is cyclone, nature's fury. In the next video, we will discuss about rainfall, types of rainfall in detail, and cyclone. Clear? So today's topic you should revise and watch this video again. If you don't understand, facing any problem, then ask me by writing in comment box. Thank you. Have a nice day.